Welcome back. This is another patrol story, and this is one of the few times on my 35 years that I probably thought about I was going to be in trouble with my commanding officer because I was kind of out of line here, but I really wasn't. And you'll see the story here. I'm working patrol around a huge hospital, and I'm a training officer now, so I got a little time on the job. I think I had like 10 years on or something. I'm training a young guy, and we see a car. This is like 4 in the afternoon. See a car go down the street. It's a big Cadillac, and it's doing this, And I'm thinking about my partner, oh, it might be a drunk driver. It's 4 in the afternoon. Weaving, and then she's straight, and he's straight. Okay, well, that's weird. Okay, perfectly straight. Okay, so that tells me something's up here. In those days, we don't have phones in those days. Nowadays, it'd be texting. So he's going down, all of a sudden he starts doing this, I thought, well, maybe he's distracted. In those days, there were phones, but they were the old big monsters with the pick up their phone, and they had the antenna, and, it was right even before the brick phones. These were base phones. I think Panasonic had them. You plug them in, and they're big monsters, So I wonder what this is. So he's doing the same thing, weaving, cars are getting out of the way, and then straight. Well, that's weird. Well, we're going to give him a ticket anyway, so I light him up. Got the PA system. Sir, pull over, police department. Goes down like this, bounces off the curb, and they go, watch out, man, we don't know what we got here. Okay, so comes down, and he pulls in like this. Okay, well, that's weird. So we get out, we walk up. I call for a backup just in case. I don't know what we got here. And so I walk up to the door and I look in, one male in there. And I look in the door, and it's like an 85-year-old man, Caucasian man, sitting there. And he looks at me, and I go, how you doing, sir? Police department? How you doing? Oh, you're the police department? Oh. And I thought, oh my gosh. So I'm leaning in, talking to him on purpose, okay? No alcohol. You step out of the car. Okay, so, I know feeble. Okay, my parents, I know everybody has anybody over 75, 80. If they have parents or anyone that knows someone that's feeble, you can figure out feeble. This guy was feeble. He couldn't open the door. I had to help him open the door. He got out. He's walking, but he's walking kind of unsteady. I thought, well, maybe he's on something. So walk back to the car, okay, and he's trying to get his ID out, having a hard time. I see it in there, but I'm going to watch him because, again, if I have to arrest him, I got to see what he's doing. So he takes out his driver's license and hands me his card. Well, he's a doctor, okay? He's a specialist in something. I don't remember what it was. Might have been hand or something. And I go, oh, you're a doctor? Yes, I am. I said, are you been drinking anything? No. Have you taken any medication? No. No, I'm just an old guy. I go, okay, can you count from 15 to 30? Oh, yeah. So he's calling. Well, he did. But he's standing there. He's not weaving it now, but he's kind of like, you ask him a question and he has to look down and contemplate the answer, okay? And I have parents have passed away, but in those days they called it senility. Now it's dementia and all that stuff. But something's wrong here, okay? So I said, okay, you have someone come and get you? Oh, I don't need somebody to get me. Well, so I'm trying to figure out what's happened here, okay? Something's going on here. So supervisor pulls up. I tell him what I got. He's talking to him, and he's talking to the guy, and he looks over at me, and he's kind of like, my supervisor has a look on his face like, whoa, So we had a powwow. And we determined that he's not under the influence. His eyes are sharp. He's okay, but he's very feeble. So we agreed that we should write in this state of California, there's a form you fill out. It's a reevaluation of driver's license for all reasons, And so this was one of them. We're going to put in all the stuff that we saw and give it to the DMV and let them decide if they want to give him his license or not. Because there's other things you can do. And you got people that, believe it or not, people that have like, the non-driving leg is gone. And so they're left foot driving, and you find out later that they can't do that because they're doing, with the foot back and forth. So you have to do that because you have to basically drag the license plate out of people's hands because they don't want to give it up. They want to drive. That's their freedom. And my wife's mother, we had to take that license away. Horrible time. She was a sharp lady, very bright. We had to take her license away. She had dementia. She couldn't find her car in a mall. Okay, so talk about a terrible situation that was. Okay, you had to tell your mom, you can't drive anymore. She went crazy, okay? So, okay, fine. So we let him go, and we reluctantly let him go, and I told the sergeant, well, shouldn't we do something? He goes, well, he's a doctor, all right, so I said, okay, so he's a supervisor, so the old man got in his car and thanked us, and off he went. You could see him doing the same thing. Oh, my gosh, oh. Okay, so that was hard. That was hard to do that because we are putting the public in danger, okay? But then again, he stopped and he's doing straight. So it's like, I don't know. Anyway, it's at the time, maybe nowadays we would have done something more. But in those days, this is in the early 80s. Okay, fine. Actually, late 70s. Okay, so anyway, so I wrote up that sheet, I submitted it. Okay, so then sure enough, about 2 weeks go by and I get an administrative subpoena, which means they're going to have a hearing at the DMV office. It's not a court case, it's a hearing. Attorneys are allowed in there at the behest of the committee. The attorneys aren't allowed in there unless they put a request in and then allow the attorneys to come in. So this guy wanted an attorney in there. Okay, that's fine. And I'm the only witness for the public, for the people. Remember this, for the people. Okay. So it was a 3-panel board, DMV board. So we go in there. They got the report in front of them, but they asked me some questions about it. No big deal. Okay, so and I didn't embellish anything. I just told them what's on the report stands, and anything else would just, I wrote everything on the report. I wrote like a 2-page explanation of everything we saw, so I don't need to rehash it. So they asked, anything to add to this? No. So they asked the attorney. Well, my client, here it comes. Just like other stories in realcopstoryvideos.com, when they talk about saving their children, they left them in a van, people are knocked out, whatever they're doing to their kids, and they get their kids back. Okay, the attorneys get in there, and here it comes. Okay, well, my client's a doctor. He's a physician for 50 years. He's treating people now. He was on his way to a call. All this stuff about, oh, you know, he's a doctor. I understand that. I know he's a doctor, but he can't drive. Okay, they don't care about that. So we went offshoot, all these offshoots. You know, officer could have been mistaken. The officer's not an expert. You know, blah blah blah, on and on and on. Okay, so then they asked me, well, did you know, I put in the report, and he all called, no, okay, fine. And then, so they asked him, was he using any drugs? No, he doesn't use any drugs. I doubt that seriously. I think an old man like that's probably got a pound of drugs in him. But I'm not an expert. I don't only report what I see, and that's it. I can't, you know, say and speculate what he was involved in, what kind of dope he's using. I don't really, okay. So I'm sitting there going, this is weird. This is they look like they're leaning to let him have this license. Okay. And so they left 5 minutes. They came back. They sat down. They said, "Well, we've decided that this report is in its accuracy and all that." They basically said I was reporting what I saw, but they felt that due to the fact that he is a doctor and he's needed from other people, he does a good service and blah blah, which is fine. That's all true. They felt he should maintain his license, and they're going to actually renew it for 5 years. Okay, I'll put him at 90 years old. Okay. So I've told you this before. I'm a Mexican, and Mexicans have a lot of heat in them, a lot of passion. And now I feel myself, you know, it's boiling. I'm like, son of a gun, you know. So then they go, well, thank you. I said, anybody, you have anything else? And the attorney goes, no, he's happy. No, I'm fine, Your Honor. He's, you know, probably got paid $1,000 to sit there for 10 minutes. And so, an officer, and I thought, well, here's a time to pull your belt tight, stand up, and say what you want to say. And they have a court reporter there. Everything's recorded, isn't it? I go, yes, ladies and gentlemen, there was one lady and 2 men. I said, ladies and gentlemen, I said, I don't know this person here. I said, I don't know, doctor or not, I don't really care what he did. I said, what I care about is the safety of the motoring public and the walking public at large. I said, and I sound like I'm telling you a speech, but this is what I said. And I said, I told you may have a problem with him. And the way he was driving, he's going to kill someone. And you decided to ignore it. And looking back, like, how dare you say that? That was what they were thinking. I know they were thinking that. Just a lowly policeman. How dare you? Here's an attorney and a doctor. I said, so just on the record, I'm pointing at the girl. And she looked up at me like, oh, what's he going to say? You know, well, I can't swear anything. I'm a policeman, but I can't say some things. And I said, for the record, I said, you guys are going to allow him to drive for the next 5 years. On the record, if he kills someone or hurts someone in that meantime, that you're allowing him to drive, it is your responsibility, not mine. You are now responsible for everything he does when he gets in that car. He gets in there and runs off the road, you're responsible, not him. Because today you could have ended it. He could have got a ride, he could get a chauffeur, he could have shuttle, whatever, he could have a fellow associate drive him around. He's not going to be sitting in his house looking at 4 walls. He could still be a doctor. But you're going to allow him to do this. So just want you to know for the record, I am done here. Our agency and myself are over. Now this burden is on you. And if you kill someone, it's on you 3. Are we clear on that? Are we clear? And they're like, they know what to do. They know to talk to them that way because they're big time DMV executives. Nobody talks to me that way. Well, I just did. I go, all right, thank you. I walked out, and then there was a court bailiff over here just to make sure everything's okay. So I'm sitting outside, and I've still got the temperature up here. I'm slowly starting to cool down, and they're coming out, and he didn't even look at me. The doctor and the attorney didn't look at me. Of course, they walk out, and that's all I saw. The hearing members are in another place. So then that bailiff comes out, and I'm sitting there going, well, I think I'm going to get a call from my captain on that one. He goes, man, that was pretty good. He goes, that was really good. You hit that right on the head. He said, nobody's ever said that before. I said, well, he was a sheriff. I said, deputy, I said, I tell the truth. He goes, no, you're right, man. I read that report too. He shouldn't be driving. I said, I know. But, it's their decision. So he goes, yeah, you're out of it now, man. I said, I know I am. But I'm still not out of it because I still think for weeks after that, I wonder how he's doing. And not really caring how he's doing, I'm worried about how you are doing. You're the targets. He's the 3-pound instrument going down the street, not really knowing what he's doing for 5 years. But they made the decision. I'm just a little old police officer with a high school graduate. All right? So there's my story about that. So I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.